Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 25 and probably 26 of the Robocop build from Fanhome. Depends on how long this video takes to make. If it's extremely short like a lot of the ones for this build have been, I'm changing the way I do it. I'm going to start shooting for a minimum of about 10 minutes and a maximum of 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the subject. Oops, almost threw the screws away. So we have a couple of these pressure caps, and this is all, I believe, the hip joint. Or, yeah, it's left thigh. I believe this is the hip, left hip. So let's go ahead and start building. So we got this part here. We got the let's see, the ball joint goes in here like this. There is going to be another piece that attaches to it. It is metal. So it goes on here like this. And then you have this cap here. Looking at this, E. Okay. They're not really showing it very well because you've got 25D and E, D being the larger and E being the smaller, but they're showing you putting these parts on, but look at the size of that. That's huge. That's really confusing. So the larger one is going to go on first, then the smaller one. Like that. They're going to go on here like that. And then, while I'm holding this in place, turn the page, you're going to take this piece, which is what I thought they were showing, and put it over top. And it's kind of odd the way they're showing it, because they're showing you trying to hold these on top of it. Or no, you know what? I'm looking at this wrong. I thought they were showing this piece. They're showing this piece. So the larger one is going to go in first, then this smaller one in there like that. You're going to take this and set the ball joint on top of it, keeping them both in place, and then rotating it around until you find the lugs. Set that there. Let me get out the 3 screws. They go on there. Again, like I have had problems with before, we have black parts going with black screws going on black parts, which makes it very difficult to see. I think I just hit a lug. I hope these are equally spaced so that I can actually get these screws in here. That feels like it caught on something. This gets a little bit tricky because you have to hold the parts together while you're putting the screws on the screwdriver. You don't want things to shift and disappear on you. So let's try this one again. There's that one. Once 2 screws are in, you don't have to hold it quite so tightly. You're able to, everything is staying in place pretty much. And then you want to tighten these down. You want to tighten these down a little bit at a time all the way around. It says until it is difficult to move the ball joint. I'm going a little bit further than that simply because this is going to support his leg or him standing up. I'm pretty sure that they're going to have some sort of a rod assembly on the back. Maybe a little bit more. They're going to have some sort of a rod assembly on the back that is going to hold him up, but you also want this leg to support weight. And then you're going to take this piece here. I'm looking, you've got these two lugs right here. They're going to plug into the socket right here. That piece is about to fall off again. It falls off every time I touch it. Hang on. Oh, I'm about to put it on the wrong side. Sorry, it goes on this side. That makes better sense. So it's going to go on there like that. And then you're going to take two more EP screws from that side and put them in there. So get these out. Put this back in here so I know what screws these are. I do have a couple of bags of screws that I have no idea what they are because the little tag fell out. So it's going to go on there like that. Not seem like it's going. No, it's not. Come on, back out of there. I think I've got that off. There we go. That feels like it's in place. See if I can get either of these screws to go in. I can get one to go in. I should be good to go for the other one. One of the fun parts is trying to do this with one hand. As we say sometimes on the Hobby Time Modelers streams, we haven't seen him in a while in the streams, I don't think. I haven't made every stream. But I need a Cisco. Which is a friend of Todd's that helps him sometimes when he's in town on his builds. Okay. There's one. Let's see if we can get the other one started. And so I can lock them both down. There we go. Tighten that all the way down. It needs to be as tight as you can get it but not breaking the screw or stripping out the plastic. So those screws are in. There's the ball joint, half the ball joint in place. And that is all there is to do in stage 25. Let's bring the parts over for stage 26 and the book. And we'll do stage 26 as well. Set that aside before I lose it. So we have some cover pieces. Come on, come on. Bring the book over now. Okay. So what we have here is lower front left thigh, outer lower front left thigh. We have two outer pieces, 26A and B, and the inner connections. Let's go ahead and get these parts out of the plastic. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the two parts like this. Looks like they go together. Yeah, there's a lip on here. You're just going to set this on here. And it is just set it on there. It can fall right back off. there's a tab on the inside, a couple of tabs on the inside that are going to hold it somewhere else. That goes on there like that. I'm going to work with these individually. One of these pieces here goes on here like this. We'll go ahead and do that one, and it fix the connector in place with a CP screw, which we have. It's in the, which is what is in the bag. Come on, there we go. So we're going to take one of these connectors. We're going to put it on here. Kind of hold it in place there, and you've got the post here and a socket there to hold it, to keep it from shifting all over the place once it's locked down. Just tighten that all the way down, loose enough, tight enough to hold, loose enough not to strip, and to make this a firm connection. So we'll go on to the next page, which is where we actually connect these two parts together. What we're going to do is we're going to put one of these pieces across on those two posts. Easiest way, in my mind, is going to be to attach it first to the upper part and then to the lower part, so that you're not fighting to keep these two parts together while they're not connected. So we're going to put that one in there. And this one I'm going to leave really loose so that I can move it around as needed. So then we're going to put this back on the way it's supposed to be here. Line up the holes. You can see it is on there the way it's supposed to be. But I'm just looking, it does shift around a little bit. There we go. That has to be a good seam there. You know, like that. It was not like that. Like that. You can see it keeps gapping. And actually, the next step is to put the third one of these across these two posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that one on first before I tighten the others down, just so that it goes in place and stays relatively, it'll stay relatively stable while I'm tightening all the screws down. I want to get it to where it's not going to shift all over the place the way it is right now whenever I touch it at all. The screw is playing hard to get. Come on. Now the screw is playing hide and go seek. I'll find it in a second, and if I don't, that's why they give you a spare. I do not see it. Just run a magnetic screwdriver around here, and there it is. I didn't think I got it, but there it is. Put that one in, and then I'm going to tighten them all down. Make sure, as I do it, that my seam is staying tight like that. And there is the outer side. And that, my friends, is all there is to do on this stage. Actually, that's the inner thigh. I'm just looking at this, how this is probably, best guess, going to together. Best guess those two lugs are going to go on there like that. Something like that is how it's going to go on here. Not going to try and bend the knee right now. And I can see here it's got a little bit of, it's got to go a little bit further in than it is right here. I missed the pin, that's what it was. But that is how that's going to go together on the left leg. Thinking about it. And I'm sure the reason they're doing the left leg first is because the left leg does not have the pistol embedded in it. This could be a little bit interesting because that pin does not want to go all the way, go in easily, which could cause some havoc later on. See, if I get this on here like that, I've got a gap further down here, because so something is going to have to pull this together down here. That pin does not want to go in. Might have to do a little bit of judicious sanding when I get to that point. But that is all there is to do. Let me put in stages 25 and 26. Hope you're enjoying this build. I am enjoying it. I'm a little bit disappointed with the shipping, but that's how the nature of part works. So that's all there is to do. 25 stages 25 and 26. Hope you're enjoying the build. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video.